Hey, Cancer. A little bit of smudge here to clear negative energy. 3 chimes to bring in the positive energy. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Cancer. This is a general reading for the sign of Cancer. If you have Cancer anywhere in your birth chart, please know that this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Cancer. What would you like Cancer to know or to be aware of during or for this reading? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Cancer. And Cancer, if this is your first time tuning in, please do note that this top row here is your public life, your work life, your professional life, how you put yourself out into the public and how the public may be viewing you at this time, the energy that surrounds you in your public life. And then this second row here is your private life, your personal life, your home life, close family, friends, partners, potential partners, many times will show up in that row. And then the final row is final thoughts, final messages, final information from Spirit. And many times we will find that this final row does kind of pull together the entire reading. Thank you, Spirit. One more card for the sign of Cancer. Thank you. And the foundation, the basis of your readings this week is the Ace of Swords, knowledge, wisdom. There is power in information. There is power in knowledge. And that is driven by the Four of Wands. And many times during my readings, I call this the breaking free. Breaking free of the prison, your get out of jail free card. Knowledge and wisdom will help move you into a new beginning, into a fresh start. And let's see how that plays into the rest of your reading this week, Cancer. And now that I'm thinking about it, last week we did not use our ESP practice cards. So what I've done is I've just purchased this deck with various images. And many times during my reading, I'll speak to the listener about following their intuition and learning to trust their intuition. And to practice learning to trust or practicing where to or how to tap into our intuition, we can use these cards. What I'll do is I'll give these cards a quick shuffle, and I will select one of these cards. Ooh, and I love this card. I don't know if you've had this card before, but what I'll do is we'll just send that image out into the universe. And if at any time during this reading you believe you know what that card is, just go ahead and write that in the comment box. And at the end of the reading, we'll review, or we will reveal the card, and we'll see if at any time during this reading you were able to connect with your inner wisdom, your intuition. And we start off your reading with the 8 of Swords. Feeling as though we don't know how to move forward, feeling like we're being left in the dark. And I love that that is followed by the Hangman card. The Hangman really does speak to our intuition and a deeper knowing, a deeper understanding that arises from within ourselves. We may be feeling like we're left out, or we may be feeling like we don't have all of the information that we need. We feel like we're kind of in the dark about something. But being in the dark about this is really proving to be in your favor, because it's asking you or forcing you to look within and trust your intuition, that this situation is going to end. This situation is going to end. And then we see you moving forward, putting the past behind you. What is this, Spirit? There is unexpected expenses. And unexpected expenses are bound to happen. And having an emergency fund is important. If there is a plan that sounds too good to be true, more than likely it is too good to be true. And it's always a good idea to save for a rainy day. And that way you know what you have. Than to risk it on something that you don't know, than to risk it on something that sounds too good to be true. Someone is presenting an idea to you, a proposal to you, an idea asking you to invest, or offering you something that seems too good to be true. And it seems too good to be true because it is. A person or a situation is intentionally withholding information from you. And they're intentionally withholding information from you to get you to invest, or to get you into taking a risk. And Spirit is letting you know it is better to save for a sure thing and know what you have than to invest in a risk. Somebody's trying to manipulate a situation. This person has made a mistake, and now they're trying to get you to pay for it. This person has made a mistake, and now they're trying to get you to pay for it. Just be mindful of any, just be mindful of something appearing too good to be true. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Looking back at what we have done, looking back at what we have put in, what we have invested. And I know that is Pentacles there, but it doesn't necessarily need to be financial, or it doesn't need to be physical. It's what have we invested emotionally. And again, here we see a closed door, a missed opportunity, something we're not seeing, something we're not aware of. There has been a minor misunderstanding. This minor misunderstanding, if not addressed, will fester and grow. In the grand scheme of things, everyone in this situation must ask themselves, how important is this? In the grand scheme of things, how important is this? Cancers are a water sign, and being a water sign, that makes us really emotional. And many times we let our emotions lead the way, and we let our emotions control us. We need to understand that our emotions are tools that we use, and not let our emotions rule us. And I do believe, as being a Cancer sign, that that is part of our challenge, our life's purpose, our life's mission, is to learn how to interpret and use our emotions as a tool to guide us, rather than letting our emotions lead us. In this situation, most definitely, we cannot let our emotions lead us. We should let our emotions, use our emotions as a tool to guide us. And if there is a situation where we feel that every time we are in this situation, or every time we're around this person, we are emotionally charged, we are erratic, we need to step back away from that person and evaluate. If we feel love, tenderness, and kindness and peace when we're in a situation or when we're around a person, then we know that is guiding us to make a stronger connection, to make a stronger bond with a person or a situation. And then we have this wonderful Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is like the pre-manifestation card. We see here a person that is in the garden, and in the garden, tending the garden and managing the garden and bringing in everything that is needed to create or to manifest or to reach a goal. And that is followed by the Eight of Cups. And cups in the tarot do speak to the spiritual, do speak to the emotions, and do speak to the unseen. And here we see you leaving something behind and moving into the unknown. Moving into the unknown to trust our intuition, to trust our inner wisdom, our inner knowledge. If we look closer at the Hermit card, the Hermit card is actually the teacher, the inner teacher, the inner wisdom. And why I say that is because we see that star there, our inner guiding light, followed by the Tower card. Tower card speaks to a sudden change. And this change can be a physical change, or this change can be a spiritual or emotional change. And in this reading, Cancer, I really just see you going through a emotional change, a spiritual change, almost like a spiritual awakening. And spiritual awakenings, although they seem to happen just like that, they seem to happen in just a snap. They are a gradual change that affects our lives every day, every moment, moving forward from that change, from that shift. You have found some new information, a new knowledge, a new wisdom that has shifted your reality. You know, Cancer, yoga is one of the best ways to relieve stress and to also process our emotions. There's a lot of emotion, a lot of Cancer and energy here that has to do with spirit, that has to do with emotions, that we need to look at, that we need to address. And again, one of the best ways that we can do that is through simple yoga poses. I may suggest that you maybe try even like the tree pose, is our mountain pose, are really some really great poses that are simple, that we can all practice. But that practice really connects our mind, body, and spirit. And it helps us evaluate all three, our mind, body, and spirit. And before I close this reading, let's do the intuition card. And were you able to pick the star card? If you were able to connect with the star card, I'm so glad that you were able to connect with your intuition. If not, we will again try again next week. And always remember, it's not about perfection. It's about practice. And you are the star of your life. Thank you, Cancer. You have a blessed week.